Welcome to the Beach House with Mo and Steph. Come on in, pour yourself a drink, and join us out on the deck as we inspire, encourage, and empower one another to live authentic, audacious, above only lives. It's all right here at the Beach House. Welcome to the Beach House with Mo and Steph. We're back and ready to chill with you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
What are we talking about today, Monique? We are talking about taking advantage of the free education. That's right, I said free.
Yeah, where's that?
Ain't no student loans here, baby, because it's free.
Yes.
And what is it free for? It's because it's your own
Life
dating
experience.
experience.
Yeah.
Can't pay for that.
Oh my
You
God.
cannot
This
pay for
one's
that.
going to be deep.
It's gonna be deep. It's like so many times you look at your struggles
Yeah.
and you see it as a negative. It's a negative because it's like, I had to go through this and I had to go through that and I had to deal with this and I had to deal with that. But the reality is the struggles that we deal with, those are the things that catapult us to a higher level.
They're like our superpower.
Yeah. It's like without those things, we wouldn't have got to where we are.
No. And they're the changes that are you, that are unique to you.
Yeah. Only you have it.
That's why we never talked about it.
Right.
Like when we were just talking about this subject, this is something that we
Yeah,
kind of have never touched on because it's part of who you are. Like your skin,
It's
or
like
your
it's your
hair.
fabric, it's your makeup.
It's your makeup.
But you don't ever recognize it
Right.
because you're in it.
Well, it's how you function. If you don't have it, you don't function.
Yeah.
It's like that's what it really is. It's like, how do you function?
Right. And how'd you get there?
That's a free education right there.
Mm-hmm. How did you get there?
Yeah.
And normally the way you get there is that you had to overcome some challenge. And so that challenge that you had to overcome has been your stepping stone to get you to your higher level. That place of being.
This is going
That place of being. The thing, the very thing, the thorn in your side is the very thing that's making you. And it's free.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh man. So
I forgot. This is letting you into the private part right here.
This is the secret life. The secret
Okay.
life of Mo and Steph.
Right.
But this is gonna help somebody. It's gonna help somebody. Because the thing that you're thinking is so horrible and I hate this about myself is the very thing that is making you wonderful.
Mm.
Oh, do you want to start? Okay. Okay, we're gonna talk about, for one, what is the challenge?
I'm shaking.
What is the challenge that you have had, and how has it helped you become who you are?
Well, it's not something that I talk about. Yeah, it's not. It really is not. It's something that I don't really talk about, and I just started talking about it this year because now that you can talk about feelings, this is a time after Rona. This is a time of evaluation. It really is.
Yes.
Of your personal who you are, right? Of your ness. Your ness.
Don't lose your ness.
Don't lose your ness. And so the topic for me is that when I was born, we'll say, and I started school, like we're talking kindergarten, I could go to school and come home as if I learned nothing. So you go to school, you kind of didn't really notice it in kindergarten because back then kindergarten literally was coloring,
Right.
sit in your chair,
Right.
and like learn how to like socialize with other little people, right? But once I got to first grade, my mom was noticing and the teachers were noticing that everything that I learned, which I was fine learning it a little bit, but by the time I got home and got back to school, literally wiped, gone, like couldn't connect it at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went to a really, really good elementary school. Can I give props?
Do it.
I don't even know if it's that good anymore. It was Roland Elementary
What was
School.
back then?
Roland Elementary School.
Roland Heights, California.
Roland Heights, California. And the teachers, they noticed that I was having that problem, whatever. And so I had to start going to, first I got put into the thing called LDG. What was that? Learning disability. What is that? Yeah. Something with learning disabilities. And then, so you're already now put into a label. Right? Exactly. And then after school, 3 times a week, I had to go to a reading clinic. So it was nowhere near my house. It wasn't connected to the school or anything like that. It was like after you got home from school at a certain time, and I drove, to this place or whatever. And then I would go there to learn how to, read, whatever. And then I also saw a specialist. So the specialist, what he did was he studied the brain as far as learning disabilities. And so I remember going and, what was his name? I don't even know, he's passed years ago. But I used to have to put the little probe things on my head. I put the little probe things on. And then I remember I got to stay up late that night because I had to sleep the next day. I had to sleep at the clinic.
Yeah.
So we had the probes on there, and then they had the probe stuff on your heart and everything. Like this is what he did. He wrote books on this. I remember him taking pictures of my hands, taking pictures of my feet, just like literally he studied this. And so I would do the, the test or whatever, and I would sleep, and then he's reading my brain waves and all these different things or whatever. And I did that all the way up until like high school. And so for me to learn, he put me on a medication that's illegal now. Found that out. But it was called Dexedrine. Yeah, Dexedrine.
If you're taking that, get off it.
I don't even know if I get it. It's an upper, I guess. And it has some of the attributes of Dexedrine. Dexedrine? I don't know if you ever heard of that before, but so what it did also, it speeds everything up because it's an upper.
Yeah, it's upper.
It's upper. So it would not speed up my brain to where I was like that or anything like that, but like when I would wake up in the morning, I wake up like kind of like a fog.
Mm-hmm.
And so like how somebody would use coffee to get out of the fog, it was just like just foggy, And so trying to read, it's just like literally I couldn't put the letters together or the sounds. So one of the things that I worked on constantly at a constant basis and with the reading clinic was phonics, right? They didn't even have hooked on phonics. They didn't have that. So phonics was a major. And with California, what you'll find out in California, I did find out, California is considered the trying state.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
So when it comes to education, they try it out. So phonics was huge then.
Yeah.
So
if it flies in California, then pretty much it's going to end up everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how I learned how to try to connect, the letters and the sounds and all that. And it was like a constant doing that, right? And so the way they taught me like the vowel sounds in the middle of words they used different colors, right? So as I'm moving on, getting higher up in school or whatever, I'm starting to kind of get my own little organizational program for myself.
Yeah.
And so one of the hardest things, obviously, is what do? Spelling words, right? You gotta memorize spelling words. One thing about my brain, the way it works, is when I learn something, I have to learn it. I have to pull it out of the air and touch it and like connect it to something. So I'm not good with learning stuff that you just regurgitate information and then you move on. Basically, college, you can't. All that is throwing up information that you're not going to use it, boom, throw it away. So learning stuff fast like that, that's enough, right? So I had to change up how I learned. So what I started doing is because I love art. So I've drawn and paint from a young age, right? So, but there's something about my brain when it comes to colors is I remember the pattern of the colors, right? So I'm like, ooh, you know what I'm gonna do? I took my color pens and I would write my spelling words in different colors, right? So when I went to take my test to do my spelling test, I didn't remember the words. I didn't remember, but I see the colors and I see the pattern of the colors, and I would literally write the pattern of the colors, and that's how I would learn. And so then I started getting A's. Started getting A's.
Isn't it amazing how your brain
Adapts.
will just show you what to do?
Yeah.
You don't have to stay in the same pattern.
No.
We can change.
Yeah. It just adapted to a format that people think everybody's supposed to be like this. No, well, everybody doesn't operate the same. So it just adapted to that. And so that's how
you figured out on your own.
Yeah, I didn't learn this in reading literature or anything like that. And so I always had colored pens with me, and that's how I would function. And then I noticed that I had to relate stuff. So like let's say I met somebody new, I don't even know I do this, but I literally, if it's a name I've never heard, I will not remember it. But if I can connect your name with something, I'll remember your name forever. But if I cannot connect your name, I can't learn it.
Yeah.
So with that being said, learning how to tell time, oh my God, was the worst. That was the worst. My dad said that. I think I'm going to have my dad in tears. I really do. And he's just trying to teach me.
He's like, pumpkin.
Hey, and he's coming up with, my dad was very creative. So he has a plate with the thing in, the little thing, the big into a clock. He's trying to connect this. This man is going through it. And I'm like, hey, I can't. I'm just like, I don't get it. It's not connecting, right?
Yeah.
And so my dad used to do like travel with his job. And so whenever he would travel, he would bring something back. So he travels and he came back with this little clock, right? And it had this little little bag, and this cute little clock, you know how like little kid. Yeah. And so I said, well, can you set it so that it can wake me up in the morning, right? And I think I'm like, maybe second grade. I mean, I'm telling you, it was hard, people. And so, and I always wanted to watch, but if I don't know how to tell time, I have to watch, right?
Just because it's cool.
Yeah. And so he said, okay, well, I'm going to get up at 6, or whatever it was. And so he set it to 6, or however he set it. And we didn't have digital. We didn't have, what is it? Is that digital?
Yeah.
We just had the little arm thing back in the day. That's all we had. We just told ourselves. And so then he said it.
Sold.
I looked to the way. And so then he set the clock, and this is after like months of trying to learn how to tell time, right?
Yeah.
And so the next morning, the clock goes off at 6, and I wake up, and I looked at the clock, and I'm like, oh, that's 6 o'clock. I connected the 6 o'clock with the time of the day, with emotion, because I get up at 6. This is what it looks like, and it connected. And I was like, oh my God, I know how to tell time. man, I ran into my dad, and I'm like, it's 6 o'clock. And he's just like, yeah. I'm like, no, this is what 6 o'clock looks like. And he was just like, oh my God. After that, I knew how to tell time.
Snap.
From that day forward, I knew how to tell time.
More self-hacks.
Yeah.
More self-hacks.
That was crazy. And so that, from then on, and my dad was so happy, you know, he didn't teach me that, but he felt good about it.
It was like,
He felt
hey,
good
you
about
brought
it.
it home.
Brought it in. Yeah.
You brought
And
it
so
home.
everything for me was like doing that. And
Figuring
then
out the system.
the system. And as I got older, I didn't realize I had that hereditary. I have where I have certain sounds that drop. So when you get a hearing test, they always test the upper part of it, right? And so when I was married, my hearing kept dropping, and my ex-husband was like, dude, you need to get your hearing checked, because this is just ridiculous, right? And I was like, okay. So we went to this audiologist, and he tested me. And so he's like, well, from what I see, you hear fine. He said, you know what, wait a minute, let me check something. And he went, I was like, what? He's like, his mouth. Like that. I'm like, I didn't understand what you said. He's like, you read lips. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, let me test you again. He tests me a different test, but it does the under part. He says, you have tones that you can't hear because they drop off. You don't even hear it. He says, and when it drops, you're reading people's lips that whole time.
So you know that's not gonna work.
And that was like all my life. I told my dad about that, and he was like, oh my God. I hear the same way. I said, yeah, I found out it's hereditary. And he's like, Pumpkin. That's what he was telling me. Pumpkin. I hear just like that. I was like, wow.
See,
Yeah.
you're over here
And
changing
so-
family dynamics.
I'm changing family dynamics. The reason I couldn't hear my ex-husband, like a lot of the tones, is because his voice was that thing. And I noticed if he was talking and walking, and I was like maybe behind him a couple of steps,
Yeah.
girl, it was like, I can hear that there's sound, but I can't, what
the
are you
heck you're
saying? Right? And I would have to tap him after I learned that. Please face me so I can read what you're saying. And I'm literally reading his lips. Didn't even know.
Oh my
So then, fast forwarding to now that I retired as a chef, right?
Yeah.
So I get a stay-at-home job, which is 100% on the computer, when I had a 100% physical job.
Yeah.
And so I'm using a whole nother side of my brain, right? Girl, I'm about to lay out down before I'm like straight, right? And I don't have anybody there to teach me all this computer stuff, you know, or whatever. So I have to learn it on my own, right? And what I realized that the hard part about it was that I'm talking to people through a computer. So I can't see your lips, right? First person they give me to train me on something, and this chick is sitting there eating chips. What is she saying? And she has a heavy accent. And I'm like, I can't even. My hands were up. I'm like, you gotta give me somebody else, because her accent is heavy, and because I can't read her lips, I can't tell what she's saying.
Right.
So it made an awareness for me that when I tell people I can't understand what I need to see your lips to understand what you're saying, to read what you're doing. So when I'm on the phone and I'm like, somebody has a heavy accent, I used to when at the APU, I ran it's called one card office. It's the IDs and the meal plans and all that stuff, and the nursing badges and all that stuff. So that was heavy hit during COVID, because like a lot of those students, they wanted a lot of those nurses in the hospital.
Yeah.
Like to just help, if it's just anything to help, right? So they're calling in for their nursing badges, because you have to wear your nursing badge. Oopsie. Your nursing badges to get into the hospital. And so I'm having all these call-ins of people calling, right? Well, we we had a heavy load of African women and men coming that were going to come to the school, right? And so they're calling for their badges and stuff. The accent's so heavy that I'm in tears. Because they have to read off their information so I can get stuff. I'm just like, oh my God. Right? And I'm just like, hold for a minute. Please hold for a minute. And I would get my student worker, girl, you gotta do this one because I can't. She's like, that's okay, Mama, I got you. But I couldn't read the woman's lip because she's not in front of me. But that was one of the challenges that I had to face, step up, and like have to make that part of my life because it was something I didn't know what was happening, but I just thought something was wrong with me.
So you were able to learn all these things and create these systems for yourself.
Yes.
On your own.
Yes.
Because of the things that you witnessed and the things that you observed.
Right.
So what do you think is like the most valuable lesson that you have learned
Through that?
from living through that?
I think my most valuable lesson that God's starting to use is that I have the ability of seeing the beginning, middle, and end. So when it comes to my coaching or my consulting, because I can do that, I'm not the person that you talk to that's going to say, okay, so what do you think about that? Like, so what do you feel to do? What do you think? No. I'm the one that's like, look, this is what you need to do. Boom, boom, boom. Now, so let me help you. Yeah, right. I can get you to your next promotion. I can get you to where you need to go. And let me show you the steps. Now you gotta do the steps.
You have to be diligent to do it.
Exactly.
I can show you.
But I can literally visually see the end of something. And that's why I'm good at what the heck this is, but it's interesting because a lot of my kids have this. The ability to fix stuff. So we're always in situations that we have to like fix your system.
Yeah.
I'm a system fixer. And it's like, it sucks because you gotta go through the problem of the system, right? And then you're like, why do they run it like this? If they did it like this, and this,
so much easier.
It would be so much easier. That's why I was really great at customer service. So I designed a lot of customer service, stuff like that. I designed a lot of, I would be really great at doing manuals because I'm a step-by-step person.
Yeah.
So I had to do that for the one card office in case like I wasn't there or whatever, that you could pick up a folder and it can tell you step by step. So I could do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, like that. Most people can't do that. And so my mind will process stuff far in advance and create the steps to get you there.
Yes.
Why are you saying yes?
I'm just laughing because
I didn't know this was a superpower.
I'm just laughing because we're like so polar opposite. Because she is the step systems person, and I just go nuts if I have to create systems. Because
I never knew that.
I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't do that. She's the consultant. I'm the coach. And so we'll cascade into my area now.
Let's do it.
Because they just so blend together. They just so blend together. It's like God knew when He said, "You little kids are gonna play together, and you guys are gonna be best friends." This is what He was talking about. So she did the learning thing. Okay, she was in the LD program. I was in the VH program, the visually handicapped.
We were so made for each other.
So made. Again, the experimental state. And so they had us in this program as little kids. I was born totally blind in my right eye, legally blind in the left. And it's like my family didn't know I could see until I reached for a bottle one time. And they're like, she can see. It's a miracle. She can see.
Right, Jason.
And so I'm going through, and it's like, even to this day, it's like, people like, you can't see? And
Right.
I'm like, no, man. I'm like, they think I'm lying. Right? They think I'm lying. And I'm like, what would I lie me compassion because you know, in the LH program or the VH program, I'm gonna say, you know, kids is rough, right?
Kids
so
are good age.
I was able to be in around all different races. So we had white kids, we had black kids, we had Mexican kids.
About two of those black people.
A couple of those. And it's like we all got bused to the same school because that's where the program was.
Oh.
So it's like kids were coming from all different areas being bused in to be at that program. And it's like, I remember, it's like, nobody wants to talk to you. when they think you have a problem, it's like, black kids didn't like me, white kids didn't, you know, nobody wants to be around you when they think you have something wrong with you. And so, being in this program, I had white friends, I had Mexican friends, I had, you know, later on a couple Asian friends, but, and the crazy thing is, like, the friends that I had back in kindergarten, elementary school, I'm still in contact with today.
Yeah.
Because we had that kind of kinship together. And so I think it allowed me growing up. Well, first of all, I never wanted anybody to know I couldn't see.
Really?
I did not. And so, you know, that was why I did the sports, I did all this
That's
stuff.
why I came into your life. And we did volleyball.
Yeah, Lord, I was out there trying to get on the volleyball team.
Hey, we did it.
Okay, volleyball team, right? In the gym. See,
I just told you to hit the ball.
I can play volleyball outside because it's like, you know, there was nothing blocking it. But in the gym where we had to play, there's lights, and I get the ball lost in the lights.
Hit it down, Steph.
It's like, hit, go step. I'm like, I'm out there doing it, right? I'm out there doing it. And it's like, I went through all these sports, and it's like, I never wanted anybody to know that I couldn't see. Because it's like, I didn't want to be associated with that. They had this group called, you know, Foundation for the Junior Blind that everybody that I knew went to. And that was like your place where you could go be around people that were like you, and you know, you had parties and you know, you had all the activities and everything. I never wanted to go because I didn't want to be associated with that.
Wow.
Because that was what I saw as that's not a good thing. And so I didn't want to be associated. I wanted to be
younger, like
this is like, you know, junior high team year.
Oh, yeah,
It's like I never wanted to be involved with that because it wasn't quote unquote normal. I was trying to fit in and be normal. So I didn't want to hang out with the blind groups.
Interesting.
So what I would do is I would memorize what stuff looked like. I couldn't see it, but if it halfway resembled it, I could guess it if that's what it was.
Wow.
And so like, you know, we go up to things and you know, I'd be like, oh, there's such and such. I couldn't actually see it, but I knew the general colors, I knew the general shapes, and so I'm like, oh yeah, there's a Taco Bell right there. I couldn't see.
You were the one always doing.
I knew where everything was. I gave directions to everybody because
Yes.
I paid attention to everything.
Landmarks and stuff.
Yeah, I paid attention to everything. I paid attention to landmarks. I paid attention to colors. I paid attention to shapes so I could recognize stuff. And so I'd always be like, oh yeah, there's one over there. You know, there's Taco Bell over there. There's McDonald's over there. You know, we can go do whatever we need to do. And people just assumed I saw it, but I never did. I just saw the shape. I saw, oh, there's a gold thing and it looked like an M. Oh, there's McDonald's.
Yeah.
When they still had the golden arches.
Right now
I couldn't see the McDonald's, but I saw the general shape and color. And so people assumed I could see more than I could.
Okay.
So that was my hack to getting through that. But it allowed me, the thing that was my valuable thing that I got was I was always able to see people. I never categorized people. I didn't have a race thing.
Race card.
I didn't have a race thing. I didn't see color. I saw people and I saw the experiences that the people were going through.
Right. I know.
It didn't affect me whatsoever to marry a white guy.
Right.
Because I saw him.
Yeah.
And the friends that I had, I saw them as individuals, and I saw the things that they experienced and the things that they went through. And so it was never about, this outside stuff. I saw people.
Mm-hmm. The heart.
Yeah, I always saw people. So I always had a compassion, because it's like when I was coming up, nobody wanted to be around me. Not black people, not even white. Right. Because it's like, you had something wrong with you, so we don't want to hang out with you.
Oh my God.
And so, you weren't welcome anywhere. Because, kids have their cliques.
Right.
So, being in that group with all these kids that all had something wrong with them, and we were all like a family. And so I was able to really see people for who they were as an individual, and see their heart, and see, if I liked you, I liked you.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't like you, I did not like you, and I would not spend my time with you.
Right.
Because you weren't a good person.
Because you saw the heart.
Yeah. But it's like, if you were solid, I don't care who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I never clicked with the whole race thing of, we don't talk to them. It's like, why not? Why don't we talk to them? He's cool.
Mm-hmm.
She's cool. Why would we not talk to them?
Mm-hmm.
And so I always had this thing where I could listen to people. I always had my hearing,
Her hearing and her smell.
We used to have this guy. We used to have this guy in school that we just used to love. He was a football player, and it's like I'd always tell her, Monique, Sean's coming, and she's like,
Where?
He's not. Where is he? I'm like, no, he's coming, because he always wore this cologne.
Polo or something?
Yeah, it was polo.
And here he comes.
And then he'd walk around
the corner. I'm like, shut up. How did you know that? She said, girl, I smell that cologne.
I'm like, Sean's coming. And she's like, no, he's not. He is nowhere near here.
And here he comes. And every single time, this chick is
Here he came. But it's like, I was always able to just relate with people and their story.
So how does that help you
So
now?
I listen. And it's like, I always wanted to kind of go into counseling. And I ended up going into college, and I told them I wanted to work with kids in a counseling capacity. They ended up putting me in child development. And
That's not the same.
I didn't recognize that until it was almost time to graduate. And they're like, okay, yeah, now you can get ready to go into teaching. I'm like, teaching?
Teaching?
I don't want to teach. Can't
Oh
stand
my
it.
God.
I
Are
don't
you
teach.
serious?
They're like, oh yeah, if you want to go to counseling, you got to do this class. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I could not stand no school. I could not.
No.
I could not stay in school. You know that.
That or running.
Yeah.
Hence, Monique running and you on the side throwing javelin.
But see, this is the thing. This is the thing that threw people off. It's like, how's she not gonna be seeing and she's throwing this?
She's doing javelin. Y'all, you ain't hearing me.
And I was so stupid. I was so stupid. They make us go out and, as they say, shag the discs. And so I'm out there waiting for the discus to fly out there so I can pick it up. This is not the place you want blind people. With the big steel thing flying through the air.
Didn't you go to state and javelin?
I did. I totally did. I didn't know. It's like, once I threw it, I didn't know where it went.
Oh,
I didn't
Lord.
care. I did not know where it went. I did not know. But, so when I found out that, I was geared for teaching, I was like, no, I'm like, give me my degree, I don't care, I'm out of here, I forget it.
Can't do it anymore.
I'm like, I'm just gonna have kids and stay home with them. So I did that.
And what did you end up doing?
But it's like, the Lord, he's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. The funny guy never forgets anything. So the funny guy says Stephanie she's a counselor. She's a coach. And so the funny guy, after COVID, puts me in position to get certified as a life coach.
That's crazy.
And so I love it because what did I learn how to do? I learned how to listen to people.
Yep.
I learned how to see people for who they are.
Mhm.
I learned how to pick apart things that people are not saying and hear them.
Yeah.
Hear the things that they're not saying and bring it to light. And it's like, I didn't get that from my degree.
No.
I didn't get that from
Sure did, huh?
taking classes. I got that from dealing with the challenges of not being able to see, not being accepted. All those things that seemed like a nightmare at the time. All those things that had me crying in my room when I was a kid are the very things that I learned from and ended up putting me in a position to help other people live their best life.
That is not just help other people, but this is the killer. It's your like your life,
Your call.
your mission.
Yeah, your call. But you would never be
Never
able
know
to
it.
do that if you hadn't walked it through first.
Yeah.
That's free education.
Yeah. That's
free
crazy mess.
education. People can go to school and they can learn this book work. They can learn all this technical stuff. But if you haven't walked it out, it's not going to hit the same way. It is not going to hit the same way. But when you have walked it out, when you have stepped through it and come through it on the other side, you can teach that thing. Not only can you live that thing, but you can teach that thing.
You lived, ate, cried.
Yeah, you had to figure it out. You had to adjust to that struggle, to that challenge. And now you can help somebody else do it. I couldn't walk somebody through the loss of a spouse if I hadn't gone through it myself.
Right.
I know how to get through it. I know how to get through challenges because I did it. You know how to organize. You know how to write systems because you lived it.
But I didn't
And you
realize
made it work.
how it was until you said it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, wait, oh my God. We gotta talk about how organized you are. I'm like, but isn't everybody organized?
Everybody is not.
Like,
Everybody is not.
and I didn't know that till like
And it's like everybody
this
is,
week.
everybody is not open. Do you see how closed off people are? And it's like they'll look at me and it's like, how come you're not pissed off about that? I'm like, why should I be?
Why should you be pissed off? It's who I am.
It's like, I don't get into politics and all that stuff because it's like the world's still gonna go on. This is people. This is people. Maybe you might like what they're doing, maybe you might not. It's still people.
Yeah.
And everybody is where they are right now because of the things they've experienced and the things they've been exposed to.
Exactly.
And it's like, unless you have been in their position, you're not going to understand where they're coming from. I don't understand what it's like to grow up in the projects in the ghetto. I never did. I don't understand what it's like to grow up in Beverly Hills in the lap of luxury.
Right.
I know I do what I do.
I know
I know how to grow up in a nice, normal, middle-class home with a family. I know how to do that. Because that's what I did.
Yeah.
But I can look at you and say, this is where you grew up and this is what you understand. And I'm okay with you being there. Because that's you. You don't have to do what I did. And I don't have to do what you did. But it's like, you look at people and they're thinking, if you're not the way I am, then we can't be.
Right.
It's like, no, you don't have to be the way I
And
am.
you can learn, and that's one thing too, with the I'm gonna say challenges because it's not a disability because it's the way you function.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
It can be.
Yeah, that's the
You make it.
disability is the limitation that you put
You
on
put
it.
on yourself.
But as far as it being a part of who you are, it's just that's how you function. And I know everybody functions completely different, right?
Yeah.
But it just opens it up to like you said, accepting different people.
Yeah.
And
It's like, it's really not that hard.
everybody's different.
It's really not that hard to just let people be who they
Walk
are.
who they are. Just can you
And
please?
just accept them the way they are.
Yeah.
You don't have to be like me.
Because they have
I don't
purpose.
want you to be like me. I want you to be you.
Yeah. Yeah. I can show you things if it helps. Great.
Yeah. If it helps, take it. If it doesn't help, put it on the shelf and save it for later.
Yeah.
But it's like, we don't have to agree on everything.
No.
It's not necessary. So it's like, me dealing with the challenges that I have,
Mm-hmm.
it's allowed me to be able to let people be them.
Yeah.
And it's like,
So do you think,
pay for that.
that being said, the challenges that you had back then and then like pushing through, this is one of the things that I was wanted to ask you. Because you talk about the sports. Like the Taekwondo thing though, girl. Like, do you feel the foot coming by you? Or like, how do you navigate that?
Okay, the way I navigated that was, you get there first.
Oh.
Get there first. You don't want to get hit, then hit him first.
Oh. Okay. You're here at the beach house, kicking off in the butt. That's what that is.
And you know, I didn't think about it because again, my husband said, we should do this. I always wanted to do this. And
Yeah.
so I said, okay, you want to do it? I'll do it with you. And it's like, I wasn't thinking, you know, I'm blind. Should I be taking martial arts? I was just like, you know, he wants to take martial arts. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. How are we going to do it? And I'm like, I like beating stuff up. Let's go. Let's go. And it's like, you know, you want us, we're sparring, okay? I guess I got to get to him before he gets to me. So what do? You learn how to be faster.
Yeah.
It's like, have I gotten some hits? Yeah. I have. And it's like, did I like that? No.
Wow.
But it's like, most of the time I didn't need it because I got there first.
Yeah.
I was the better athlete.
There you go.
I was the better.
Wow.
And it's like, why? And now it's like, I'm cool with just being a school owner. But I recognized after John passed, it's like, I have one eye, and it's like, I'm having challenges with that eye now.
Mm-hmm.
Do I really need to be doing that? Something that could risk it.
Oh.
And I said, you know what? I don't need to be doing that anymore.
Right.
And so it wasn't hard for me to walk away from it, because it's like, I value this more than that.
Right. But you know what was real cool about that? Was that God already, because you put the footwork in, God already prepared the steps for you to kind of step back and let your son take over. And he put something else in place of that.
He did.
To move that forward as far as like what you're doing now with the coaching and everything, and you know, obviously the podcast. But he already like made the provisions.
Yeah.
For you to like be
And
able
what
to
did I
step
do?
back.
I moved it over into something else. You know, I started doing weight training and stuff like that. It's like, I'm still working out,
Yeah.
but I recognize, do I need to put myself in a place where I can harm myself and lose the vision that I have? And the answer was no. It's not worth it.
Right. Wow.
And so it wasn't heartbreaking or anything to step away. I'm just like, oh, not for me anymore.
Yeah.
And they're like,
It's a smooth transition.
You're gonna tell? It's like, I'd be like 6 degrees by now, probably 7. But I just realized it's like, I don't even need that anymore.
Wow.
That was something I did with my husband, and he's not here anymore, so it's like, I don't have to.
And that was his dream.
That was his thing.
Type
I just went along with it.
Yeah.
And it's like, he got me a 4th degree.
There you go.
He got me a 4th degree, just going along, tagging along for the ride.
Tagging along.
But it's like, I don't want to do that now.
Yeah. And the zig tagging along with my ex-husband was like the businesses that we built. I was always like because you said the organizational person, right? So I was always that back person.
Yeah.
You know, I was like the foundation person. You were like the face of whatever we were doing or whatever, right? And now,
You're the face.
now ooh, this has been a big step for us. This right now, what we're doing, we're just seeing us
Yeah.
We're not just a voice.
This is rough.
We're not like Charlie's Angels, you know?
Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie or whatever. Is big because it's pushing both of us to the front
Yeah.
now. And because we've been in the back so long,
Yeah.
we have all the skills. And we're so overworked out that when we're stepping out front, and it's like, and the Lord said, He said, it's not going to be hard because you've been doing it
Yeah. All along.
all along.
You're just doing it for you now.
Now you're doing it for you.
Instead of someone else.
Yeah. You know, I never told you this. When I first saw you in junior high,
She's
no,
like,
this is
she's
good.
like, I hated you.
No, I didn't. She's on the crack juice. Okay, listen. So I'm walking, and you were in front of Mrs. Cummings' classroom, right? And so you guys were all outside, all your friends or whatever you guys say that. Well, you're getting ready to go in class, whatever. And so I'm walking down the little hallway or whatever, and I see you because, like, she was telling me, what, we were like 6 black people in the school?
Yeah, we know each other.
There was like, there's 6 of us, maybe, right? And so it was around the first kind of week of school, maybe, or the second week of school, where you kind of actually know where the heck you're at.
Yeah.
You're acclimated. You know how to get to your class now, and you're walking around. You don't have to look like a little schedule going like this, trying to look around. You can actually see people, right? And so I see you. You were standing out there, sitting out there, because there was like this brick. There was like the brick wall.
Yeah, with the little benchy thing.
With the little benchy thingy. And you were sitting on the benchy thing. And I just hear it, and I didn't know it was the Lord, but I hear it, I hear it in my head, or whatever, like, go get that girl. I was like, what girl? Like, the girl over there. Go get her, she don't belong over there. I was like, oh, okay. So I went over there, and this comes from when I was a little girl, because when we moved to Roland Heights, I was 5. So my neighborhood, I was in. I was in. Look it. And, we had white families, a lot of white families, and then you had like a couple of.
See, I live more around Mexican families.
Mexican families, a couple of those guys, But everybody in that neighborhood, pretty much, if they weren't a stay-at-home mom, which I just thought about that, stay-at-home moms, they were business owners. Wow. I didn't know that. I just thought about that right now. And so I knew how to go to the doors, because that's what we used to do when we were little, me and my brother Teddy. We're like, do you have any kids for us to play with? We were just like, you just go knock on doors.
They were just bold.
Yeah, that's how you found out if they had kids or not to play with or whatever. So I was used to communicating, right? And I had a dad that was a coach.
Yeah.
So I was used to communicating, talking. Hi, I'm Dude, I was used to that, right? And so I just went over to you, and I was like, hi, my name is Monique, and what's your name? And you're looking at me like, what the heck, right?
I'm like, nobody talks to me.
Yeah, and she's like, okay, my name is Stephanie, and okay, we're just talking, and I'm just standing there, and I'm cool. All right, well, I'll see you tomorrow. And so you're just like, okay, she's on crack, right? And so then the next day, you're there again, and I go over there and say, hey, Steph, what are you doing? How are you doing today? And I just kept going there.
Yep.
And then eventually,
I
pulled you away from there, and then because that was like a safe zone.
Yeah.
For you. And so then I pretty much
That was
pulled
my
you
group.
away. That was your group.
That was my group.
And I'm pulling you away from them. I'm like, oh, let's go eat lunch over here. Whatever, right? And they're like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. She's pulling her away, right? After that,
It's like,
it's like the Lord was like, separate her. I need her over here. And so then that was it. And our friendship just started growing. Like, just like that. Like, if somebody literally put 2 pieces of gum together.
because it's like, for me, there's like so many things, and that's even still to this day. There's like so many things that I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like that extrovert, introvert. There's like so many things that I want to do, but the vision doesn't allow it. And so it's like I need a wingman instead of eyes. And it's like, that's what you were. I'm like, well, shoot, I got somebody tell me what's around.
We
I
had
can
it
roll,
down.
man. I can roll.
Till this Zane, she picks me up from the airport yesterday, right? And so then,
we go to the restaurant.
yes, and so we go to a restaurant after, and then when we're walking out, it's kind of like a little dark kind of in the restaurant. It's a Mexican restaurant, you know, so it's a little dark. And so we're walking out, and I'm like, you want me to go first? She's like, yeah. And so I'm like, it's on again, right? And so she's walking behind me, and as you're walking, because this is stuff that you normally would not notice, but I noticed this stuff. The pavement is the same color as the road.
Yes.
Right? My mind automatically goes into autopilot, and I'm like, okay, a step is coming up.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, like that. And it's because I saw that pavement is the same color as the road. She's not gonna see that.
It's like we just worked.
It just automatically went back into play.
And I told you, like, you know, when I started having changes in my vision, I'm like, Monique, I think I'm gonna have to start using that cane.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And I'm like, you know, I don't want to do that.
You hated that
You
freaking
know, I don't
cane.
want to do that. And I'm like, I gotta do that.
Gotta do it. Well, because you remember, you had a bad vision of the cane.
Yeah.
Because there was a girl in junior high.
To me,
that was
looked
blind. That meant blind.
Because I had, you know, friends that used it and they looked so blind.
Well,
and acted.
The one chick was trying to kill people with her cane.
Well, yeah, that was a weapon. But she was smooth. That was only when people were messing with her. I'm like, hey,
no, girl, it was when she was walking down the hallway.
I hate you, girl. She's like, I hate all of y'all. So she's like, I'm gonna take as many as I can.
I remember that.
I'm with you.
But she was like for real with it. Oh my goodness.
I'm with you, girl. But it's like,
yeah, that was a
I
big
need
step right there.
to use this cane because it's like everything is getting fuzzy and dark. I'm like, I gotta do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you know, the work that I had been doing on myself, it's like the Lord was like, you're gonna need this. You're gonna need this. So you gotta do it. So I'm like, okay. So when it came around, I was able to do it and just, all right, I can do this. I can do this. But it's because of that. It was because of that work.
Yeah.
Because of that work. It's like all of the challenges led up to this point to where it's like you can step out as your authentic self. That same grace that you give to other people, you can now give it to yourself.
Right.
When I first thought about using the cane again, it was for other people. Because people would look at me and they would think I was like rude and
wow,
stuck up and stuff because they would wave and I wouldn't see them. And they were thinking that I was just ignoring them.
Oh,
and my kids would be like, no, she can't see. She's visually impaired. And so I thought, all right, even if I'm doing okay at the moment, this cane is going to allow other people to know
to understand
that there is an issue. So be aware of it. And I found that, wow, it was funny because the first time knowing I went into a store and I was using my cane and I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna break her out.
I'm gonna take it and go.
Yes.
And I realized when we went in the store, when I was walking through, you know, sometimes people like see you and they're like, why didn't you move over?
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of different things I never thought about.
There were so many things that I didn't even realize. And when I'm walking, people would be like, oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm so sorry, pardon me. And I was like, no, wow. No, did you see that? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like standing in the line, and the clerk comes up to me and she's like, here, I can take you over here.
Ah! So you started getting VIP treatment?
Stop it. Stop it. Dang.
Okay, VIP.
Well,
VIP.
I was like, shoot. But I recognized, like, when I was doing it on my own, it's like I'd be walking and, you know, I didn't notice I was that close to somebody and I'd clip them or something and, you know, being getting a mad dog and all this stuff. And using that cane, people moved out of my way.
Interesting.
And it was like
it almost kept you safe.
Yeah. And that's what the Lord showed me. It's like, this is gonna help you. Don't despise it. This is gonna help you.
Wow.
And it's like, again, free education. Free education.
And let's talk about the car that's going to drive you.
I could have got taught that.
That's the new thing. So the new thing.
Yeah.
The new thing. So when we were in high school, I told her, because I was taking driver's ed.
Yeah.
Right?
You know what? That was the most suckiest thing on the face of the earth, I gotta say.
Because that one I couldn't take you couldn't live that together.
It was a requirement
It
that
was.
you had to take driver's ed. And so I had to sit through the whole book part, learn all these stinking rules, and then everybody gets to go into the behind the wheel part,
Which was
where
at
I get
school.
to drive. And I'm like, well, ain't this
So what did you do when I'm driving?
I'm like, this is.
You just sat on the side in the little bleachers over there?
I didn't even get to come.
Oh,
I didn't even get to come. It's like I had to sit up here and do all this paper, all this book work or nothing. I got a dang A. I know all the rules, and I can't drive the car.
Nope.
It's like that sucks.
Wow. And that was the only time.
It's like my heart was broken.
That was the only time I think in our life that there was a separation that I couldn't take you with me,
Yeah,
and that was really hard for me.
and I'm like, this sucks.
That was rough, right? And so I took the class, and I'm doing the driver thing, and I'm telling her about the thing or whatever, and she's like, oh, okay. And then I said, you know what, Steph? I said, this was not in the cards, it was not on TV, it was not in a movie, nothing. I was like, you know, they're gonna have cars
It was in the Jetsons.
It was in the Jetsons. I said, we're gonna have cars that can drive themselves one day, and you're gonna be able to drive. And she's like, okay, Monique. And I always kept telling her that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And look where we are now.
Cars.
Yeah. And good thing you know the laws. Because you know them now.
It's like, we're gonna wait until a little bit more of the bugs are out of that.
Yeah, because it's kind of
crashing right now.
But
But one day they are not going
it's
to.
here. It's here because right now we're dealing with the fact that you want to be able to get around,
My own thing.
right? Because John's passed, so that was your car,
That was the car.
right? And so, in asking the kids,
It's
to
like
get
there's a
on
reason
your
why I don't meet men because I only hang out with my kids.
right? Like, okay, let's go on the thing.
And I never had at my house.
That's my kid, well, yeah. But we were talking about that, and then I was telling you, okay, Steph, look, where you are right now, let's go with the right now thing, and let's go with how God has us teach others, okay? So, for the right now, why don't you look into what it costs to have a driver?
Joffrey.
A Joffrey.
Joffrey.
Yes, a Joffrey. To have a Joffrey.
See, my mind automatically goes to, Bentley and...
Are we talking about the car or the person?
That's exactly where we're going. My mind automatically goes to Bentley and Joffrey.
And Joffrey. Yes. Well, see, we have to bring that vision down a little
I'm
bit.
keeping the vision up there.
Well, that's cool. That's cool, but not everybody can start with the Joffrey, right? We got to start with the Honda.
I might have to be the first.
Okay. Well, can we start with the Honda?
We can start anywhere.
Okay. Well, we talked about that.
I'm gonna start
And I
with
said,
the
okay. And so we have to bring it like out of the ceiling,
Right.
right? I was like, okay, I want you to price.
Down.
And I'm sitting there on my phone.
Again, she's doing the consulting thing.
She's melting down. This is one of her days. She's just like, I piss off and I want to go places. I'm like, hey, wait. Let me just, we're talking.
Break it down.
I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up on my phone. Okay,
Break it down. This is-
okay, and I'm looking for the right words to throw in there to make it work right, and we come up with it. And we're like, oh dang, that's all it costs. Because you're thinking thousands and thousands of dollars, and I'm like, well, Stephanie, think about it. Like if you have to get around and you don't want to do Uber, and you
I'm
don't
gonna
want
just
to
put
do
this
that,
out here because I believe in this. It's like Uber and Lyft. You need to have a monthly flat rate for people who are not able to drive.
that would be
A
somebody better start that.
flat rate where we can just go wherever we need to go, pay
In the
one
general.
flat rate, and y'all can have that.
There you go. Like to the grocery
just
store,
putting it out there.
or to the mall, or to the
Exactly.
movies.
Something that's in the vicinity. If you need to go further, extra charge for that. But flat rate to just get around your community. You need to have that.
That would be amazing.
I don't understand.
See,
why.
now that you just said that to our people,
Make it happen. Let's make it happen. Make it happen.
Make it happen. Because there's teenagers.
Because I'm gonna tell you, being here in
All these
Texas,
kids can't get nowhere.
no, it's like everything in Texas is spread out. So it's like just to get from my house to my place of business, that's like a $40 round trip. And the thing is only 15 minutes away from me in car.
Oh, wow.
So that's not good. That's
No.
not good.
No.
But hey, if I'm paying $150 a month to be able to go where I want, whenever I want, that's cool. Let's do that. Let's make it happen.
Yeah. Interesting.
There you go.
Because that was something that was really interesting. Well, that was like a red flag when you moved from California to here, to Texas. Because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, why are you not living like to New York?
It's not pedestrian accessible.
Or San Francisco.
Because we want to buy a house.
Well, I know, but my mind was like, because the transportation is like the freedom you would have had.
Yeah, but then I didn't have to worry about it. Because
Exactly.
John was here.
Yeah,
It's
John.
like we were always together.
Yeah.
So it's like it worked. But
So our next step is the driver.
Joffrey.
Good job.
Joffrey and the Bentley.
Joffrey and the Bentley.
Joffrey and Zachary.
He's like, nah. But man, it's amazing though, the things
The
that
challenges is like
that were tears.
Yeah.
Tears. Everything.
But what does the Bible say about when you sow in tears and you'll reap in joy? What's that scripture, Zach?
Was it?
Where you sow in tears or something like that, and you reap joy or something like that.
I'm not sure.
I don't remember the exact one.
Or
Pastor Zach, you should.
sure, I can find it. Let's see if we can find it.
Somebody's gonna find it.
Pastor Zach.
But yes, that's amazing.
It is. But it's like
Oh yeah. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy.
Yes. Which one was that?
Psalm 126:5.
See, I knew it. I
You
knew
did
it.
there. You're right.
I knew it, man, because I've been standing on that one.
There you go.
Yes. I've been standing on that. I sowed a lot of tears.
Yeah.
But look at, we're reaping joy. We're reaping joy. Because we took advantage of the free education. Man, that was a lot.
That was a
We
lot.
unpacked a lot. So,
We learned a lot.
you know, I'm just hoping, you know, that from hearing our stories, it's like you can look in, recognize the education that you've gotten from your challenges. Because there's something we always learn in it that benefits us. It benefits us because it's what you have gone through.
Right.
And what you have overcome. And that's proof that you can do. That's your proof. So it's your superpower, man.
Yeah.
She's hella organized. I'm like, you know, I'm all about the people. I can encourage, I can motivate anybody. I'm telling you, because I see you. I see who you are. So it's like, find out what your superpower is that you've gotten from your challenges, and then start working it. Put it out
Make
there.
it a business.
Put it out there and work it.
Yeah.
And he's like, you'll be so happy.
Hey,
That was good. I'm so happy.
I can't believe we said all that.
We did it, man. So, you know, as always, you know, like, share, tell people about us, because we love you.
Yes.
We love you.
Thank you.